Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Governor, State Bank of Pakistan, all our former respected governors, family of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar, Ms. Noshaba Rahman and Mr. Khalid Rahman, senior management of State Bank of Pakistan, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of the State Bank of Pakistan, I extend a heartfelt welcome to each one of you as we gather today to celebrate and honor the remarkable life of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar. The news of the passing away of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar left us with a sense of loss and realization of the ultimate end. Her professional life and career were jeweled with achievements for herself and for our nation. I would request Janab Shakil Sahab for recitation from the Holy Quran and Fatiha.
Assalamu alaikum all of you. Surah Anbiya की 31वीं आयत है. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. وجعلنا في الأرض رواسي أن تميد بهم وجعلنا فيها فجاجا سبلا لعلهم يهتدون وجعلنا السماء سقفا محفوظا وهم عن آياتها معرضون وهو الذي خلق الليل والنهار والشمس والقمر كل في فلك يسبحون وما جعلنا لبشر من قبلك الخلد أفإن مت فهم الخالدون كل نفس ذائقة الموت ونبلوكم بالشر والخير فتنة وإلينا ترجعون. तर्जुमा बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. और हमने ज़मीन में जमे हुए पहाड़ पैदा किए हैं ताकि वो इन्हें लेकर हिलने ना पाए और उस पर हमने चौड़े चौड़े रास्ते बनाए हैं ताकि वो मंजिल तक पहुंच सके. हमने आसमान को एक महफूज छत बना दिया है और ये लोग हैं कि इसकी निशानियों से मुंह मोड़े हुए हैं. और वही अल्लाह है जिसने रात और दिन और सूरज और चाँद पैदा किए, सब किसी न किसी मदार में तैर रहे हैं. और ऐ पैगंबर, तुमसे पहले भी हमेशा ज़िंदा रहना हमने किसी फ़र्द बशर के लिए तय नहीं किया. चुनाचे अगर तुम्हारा इंतकाल हो गया तो क्या ये लोग ऐसे हैं जो हमेशा ज़िंदा रहे? हर जानदार को मौत का मज़ा चखना है और हम तुम्हें आज़माने के लिए बुरी और भली हालतों में मुब्तला करते हैं और तुम सब हमारे पास ही लौटा कर लाए जाओगे. आखिर दावाना अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन. आज हम सब यहाँ इकट्ठे हैं डॉक्टर शमशाद अख्तर साहिबा की दुआ के लिए हम सब यहाँ इकट्ठे हुए हैं. जैसे इंसान के लिए ऑक्सीजन, ज़िंदा इंसान के लिए ऑक्सीजन ज़रूरी होता है, मरने के बाद इंसान को दुआओं की ज़रूरत होती है. बड़ी कीमती सरमाया होता है. उसको उस वक्त उस शख्स को उस चीज़ का एहसास होता है जब उसको हम दुआ करेंगे इंशाअल्लाह अल्लाह की ज़ात से उम्मीद है. तो इब्तिदाद सूरह फातिहा, सूरह इखलास 3 दफ़ा वल आखिर दुरूद शरीफ पढ़ ले, फिर हम दुआ करते हैं. अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह रब्बिल आलमीन. सुब्हानल्लाहि वल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि वला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह वल्लाहु अकबर वला हौला वला कुव्वता इल्ला बिल्लाह. सल्लल्लाहु अला नबिय्यिल उम्मी. रब्बना आतिना फिद दुनिया हसना व फिल आखिरति हसनतन व क़िना अज़ाबन नार व क़िना अज़ाबल क़ब्रि व क़िना अज़ाबल हश्रि व क़िना अज़ाबल मीज़ान. या मुक़ल्लिबल क़ुलूब सब्बित क़ल्बी अला दीनिक अल्लाहुम्मा हासिबनी हिसाबी यसीरा. या रब्बल आलमीन, हम जिस मकसद के तहत यहाँ इकट्ठे हुए हैं, डॉक्टर शमशाद साहिबा के इंतकाल हो गया, या अल्लाह उनकी मग़फ़िरत फरमा. उनके दर्जात बुलंद फरमा। या रब्बल आलमीन कब्र के या अल्लाह मामलात को उन पर आफ़ियत का मामला फरमा। या रब्बल आलमीन कब्र को या अल्लाह जन्नत के बागीचों में बागीचा शुमार फरमा इनकी कब्र को। या रब्बल आलमीन जब तक वो कब्र में है इन तो रहमत व बरकत और आफ़ियत का नज़ूल फरमा। जब वो कब्र से निकले हशर के वक्त या अल्लाह उनको नामाए अमाल सीधे हाथ में दे। ए करीम रब तो करम करने वाला और रहीम रब रहम करने वाला रब है। या रब्बल आलमीन उनका मामला आसान फरमा। या रब्बल आलमीन मीज़ान के वक्त जब अमाल तोले जा रहे हो इन पर रहम का मामला फरमा। ए करीम रब कुल सरात पर या अल्लाह पर रहम का मामला फरमा। ए करीम रब नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के हाथ मुबारक से जाम कौसर नसीब फरमा और इनको नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की शफ़ाअत का हकदार ठहरा। या रब्बल आलमीन उनको जन्नतुल फिरदौस का आला मकाम नसीब फरमा। उनके अहल अयाल को सब्र अता फरमा और सब्र पर सब्र जमील अता फरमा। ए करीम रब हम सबको या अल्लाह मरने से पहले मरने की तैयारी करने वाला बना। बेशक इंसान की एक्सपायरी सबकी एक्सपायरी है लेकिन किसको पता नहीं कि उसकी एक्सपायरी की डेट क्या है, लेकिन हम सबको वापस लौटना है अपने रब की तरफ। या रब्बल आलमीन हम सबको मरने से पहले मरने की तैयारी करने वाला बना। जब हम कहते हैं इन्ना लिल्लाहि व इन्ना इलैहि राजिऊन रुजू करना, या अल्लाह मरने के बाद तो सब रुजू करते हैं, हमें मरने से पहले अपनी तरफ रुजू करने वाला बना। ए करीम रब हम सब का खात्मा ईमान में खैर फरमा। सल्लल्लाहु तआला अला खैरि खल्क़िही मुहम्मदिन व अला आलिहि व अस्हाबिही अजमईन।
Jazakallah, and बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया शकील साहब. Now to begin our reflections, I would like to invite Ms. Naushaba Rahman, who is the sister of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar, to share a remembrance of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar as a family member. Ms. Naushaba Rahman.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Distinguished guest, Assalamu alaikum. I'm deeply touched and thankful to the State Bank of Pakistan for holding this event to honor my sister, late sister, Dr. Shamshad Akhtar. My deepest gratitude to the Honorable Governor, State Bank of Pakistan, Mr. Jameel Ahmed. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Is that okay now? So my deepest gratitude to the Honorable Governor, State Bank of Pakistan, Mr. Jameel Ahmed, Deputy Governors, and other esteemed colleagues of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar, who are present today in her memory. To the world, Appa was a woman of great responsibility, but to me, she was simply my sister. And her most important title lived not on a card, but in her heart. She lived a life of remarkable achievements, yet carried herself with quiet modesty. No matter how demanding her work was, she never allowed it to distance herself from those whom she loved dearly. Her greatest devotion was to her parents. She gave them her time, her care, and her constant presence. Through her actions, she taught us that true success is not measured by position, but humility and strong roots. Appa believed in service to family, to country, and to humanity. She led with integrity and quiet strength, never seeking attention, yet earning deep respect. She was deeply committed to women's empowerment. She spoke openly and fearlessly about the importance of education, opportunity, and equal participation. She used her voice and her leadership to open doors for others. As a woman from Sindh, she showed generations of young women that their place is wherever decisions are being made. As we stand here today at the State Bank of Pakistan, I hope we remember her not only for her sharp mind and contributions, but for her gentle spirit and modest soul. She was our anchor in both calm and difficult times. Although she is no longer with us, her values live on in the lives she touched and the example she leaves behind. Thank you for being here to honor her memory. May Allah grant her eternal peace and may her life continue to inspire all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Noshaba. I can assure you that in these difficult times, the whole State Bank of Pakistan stands with you in this hour of grief. While it is difficult to capture the life and achievements of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar, however, we have tried to share with you some moments with the help of a video. So this video captures the academic excellence of her career path and achievements.
Today, the State Bank of Pakistan honors the remarkable life and legacy of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar, a distinguished economist, a trailblazer in public service, and the first woman to serve as governor of the State Bank of Pakistan. Her rise to the highest offices of global finance is a story of resilience, brilliance, and service to Pakistan. Her life was defined by excellence, her career by service, her legacy by lasting institutional impact. Born in Hyderabad, Dr. Shamshad Akhtar received her early education in Karachi and Islamabad before earning her bachelor's degree in economics from the University of the Punjab. She obtained her master's degrees from Quaid-e-Azam University and the University of Sussex before earning her PhD from the UK's Paisley College of Technology. She was also a visiting fellow at Harvard University. Dr. Akhtar began her professional career with the Planning Commission of Pakistan before joining the World Bank as country economist. In 1990, Dr. Akhtar joined the Asian Development Bank. Over the next 15 years, she rose to senior management positions, including Director General of the Southeast Asia Department, and she represented the bank at global financial forums such as the Bank for International Settlements and the International Organization of Securities Commissions. Her expertise spans financial systems, regulation, and economic development across the region. On 2nd January 2006, Dr. Shamshad Akhtar became the first woman to lead the State Bank of Pakistan when she took office as governor. Her appointment marked a historic milestone, and she transformed the bank with a renewed focus on monetary and financial stability, improved banking standards, and strong emphasis on access to finance and financial inclusion. Dr. Akhtar also mentored the next generation of the central bank's leadership, including many of the current members of SBP's senior management. In 2007, she was declared Best Central Bank Governor for Asia by Euromoney and was listed among the top 10 women leaders in Asia by the Wall Street Journal in 2008. Beyond SBP, Dr. Akhtar continued to serve Pakistan in critical national roles. She holds the distinction of being the only female to have served as caretaker finance minister not once but twice. And she was the first ever female to serve as chairperson of the Pakistan Stock Exchange. Her efforts to modernize market practices and create a stronger platform for sustainable capital formation built investor confidence and drove the domestic equity markets to new heights. Dr. Akhtar also served as Executive Secretary of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, a role in which she persevered to boost regional cooperation and poverty alleviation. Her tenures in senior positions at the World Bank and Asian Development Bank are also testament to her global stature as an economist and policymaker. In recognition of a lifetime of public service, Dr. Akhtar was conferred with the Nishan-e-Imtiaz in 2024. Dr. Shamshad Akhtar's legacy lives on in the institutions she strengthened, in the policies she shaped, and in the standards she set for public service. She will be remembered for her intellect, integrity, and unwavering commitment to Pakistan. May her life and service continue to inspire.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Shamshad Akhtar was instrumental in grooming and the development of this current senior management. In this hall, we have many of those who owe a big thanks to Dr. Shamshad Akhtar. She was, as a lady governor, she also encouraged women officers through opportunities of higher learning and enhanced professional responsibilities. An example of that is our colleague, Ms. Lubna Farooq. Now I would like to invite Ms. Lubna Farooq, who is the CEO of NIBAF, Pakistan now, to say a few words.
Thank you. Honorable governors and ex-governors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I'm honored to get the opportunity to say a few words in the memory of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar. While we all mourn the loss of a remarkable person, on a personal note, I want to highlight her mentorship to me over the years since my first meeting with her in 2006. The very first assignment she gave me was writing some speeches for her. Over the years, I discovered that any assignment you do for Dr. Shamshad would require in-depth study of the subject and thorough understanding of all related issues surrounding it. When she questions you on the topic, you had better be well prepared. That was a major learning experience. Her guidance was never about giving me answers, but also teaching me to find them myself. Professionally, I'm utterly grateful to her for giving me the chance to becoming a head of a very main department, one of the main departments of SPP. The culture at that time was quite different. It was not a common to put women in very leadership positions across the sector itself. And here she picked a woman to lead a department, and that was her confidence in the fact that she was committed to inculcate women leadership in this country, and this she had demonstrated again and again, not just with me, but with a number of my colleagues going forward. Basically, she opened doors for other women, and it gave us an opportunity to aim higher and to remind us that if you perform with excellence, anything is possible. It is her trust that allowed me to grow into the professional I am today. The confidence she placed in me continued to inspire how I lead and support others. Dr. Shamshad was a force of nature. To say that she was hardworking is an understatement. It was a challenge to keep up with her pace of working and her high expectations from all of us. We at SBP learned to manage tight timelines, embrace innovations in our policy and processes, and continuously upgrade our internal capacity. So she really challenged all of us. I think my colleagues will also attest to that. I admired her integrity and unbiased approach in dealing with various stakeholders and issues, and something which we all try to emulate at the State Bank of Pakistan. As a person, she was compassionate and very encouraging for her staff to do better and to be the best version of themselves. Though she is no longer with us, I hope her values still guides our steps and inspire us to do better. In my last interaction with her, we talked about organizing high-level training with her in Nabaf. She once again guided me in a usual manner to seek excellence here. As we remember her today, let me honor her one more time by saying that we hope to continue with her legacy. And I like to end with a prayer that may Allah grant her the highest place in Jannah. Ameen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Lubna. The capacity and capabilities of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar led her to diverse roles in our financial sector. Her expertise were utilized by a wide range of institutions, and one of them is Karandas. I would request Karandas to say a few words. I would request Mr. Waqasul Hassan to say a few words for Dr. Akhtar as her role of Chairperson Karandas.
Ji, thank you very much. Is it okay if I can speak in Urdu? I think the best comments are delivered if they're delivered from heart, especially when it comes to condolence. So, मेरी personally मुलाकात Dr. Shamshad से I think late 2007 or early 2008 में हुई. I was working for the Asian Development Bank और मेरा regular visit होता था. There was something called Financial Monitoring Unit, I think, which was being set up at that time in the central bank. तो हमारे कंट्री डायरेक्टर थे पीटर फेडन, ही वाज अ जर्मन. उन्होंने कुछ कमेंट्स उस टीए पेपर पे दिए और मैं आया तो स्टेट बैंक की टीम ने कहा जी आप गवर्नर साहबा से मिल लीजिए, वो आप उनको कमेंट्स डिलीवर करें. अच्छा, मुझे कुछ पता नहीं था व्हाट आई एम वॉकिंग इनटू. आई वाज 29-30 इयर्स ओल्ड, यंग मैन. आई वेंट इन, तो सुना है आपके कुछ कमेंट्स हैं. तो उन्होंने ग्लासेस यूँ ऐसे की और मैंने कहा जी कमेंट्स हैं, बताइए. So I one to one. Very quickly she negotiated the comments which she accepted. कुछ उन्होंने कहा ये ठीक है, कुछ नहीं है. कौन है कंट्री डायरेक्टर आपका? मैं कहा जी पीटर फेडन. The gentleman had worked with her. बेकार आदमी है वो. आप ऐसा कीजिए, उनको बताइए I want it approved as of yesterday. So when I left the room, I had this feeling that I have a homework now to deliver. Fast forward, she was chairperson. She knew that National Credit Guarantee Company Limited, the setup of that was extremely important for Karandas and the Karandas mission that we were doing. We were working very hard to do it. It was not happening. She became the finance minister of Pakistan. It was on the agenda. मुझे मिनिस्ट्री फाइनेंस से कॉल आती है, फ़ौरन समरी बनाएं और बैठे इनके साथ यहाँ पे मिनिस्ट्री फाइनेंस में, इसको हमने जमा करवाना है. मैं गया, मैंने कहा मैडम को, जैसे एज पीपल ट्राई टू एडवाइज, मैडम इसमें पॉलिटिकल सेंसिटिविटी है, लास्ट टाइम इट वाज रिपोर्टेड इन द प्रेस एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. ये सब बेकार की बातें, छोड़ें इन लोगों को. ये कहते रहेंगे कुछ ना कुछ आदर खबर, ये करना है हमने काम भी हमने करना है. The message for, she very quickly got it done. She got it approved from ACNIC. Not only that, within 3-4 months, she set up the company, launched it in January, the next year in 4-5 months. The point and the message for me and the colleague and the colleagues of the Karandas team was that she would seek clarity in whatever she wanted to do. And once she had the clarity, she would execute it with clinical precision. So, बिल्कुल नहीं छोड़ती थी, उनको पता चल जाए चीज़ों का, टाइमलाइन को फॉलो करती थी. And we see here in Pakistan, many business leaders, sometimes they don't see clarity even, and once they have clarity, they do not have the ability to take the things to logical conclusion. I think as a business leader, as a senior financial sector figure who left her legacy in the country, this is something that we can all learn from her. At a personal level, जब वो finance minister बन गई, Karandas में एक function होता था, so people were quite attached to her. तो स्पेशली ख़वातीन आई, उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि जी उनको इनवाइट कीजिए. हमारा एक 14 अगस्त का एक फंक्शन होता है, 17-18 अगस्त के आसपास हम लोग रखते हैं. एंड आई रिक्वेस्टेड हर ऑन द व्हाट्सएप कि मैडम आप आएंगी. एक दिन मैसेज नहीं आया, दूसरे दिन मैंने फॉलोअप किया, फिर उन्होंने फ़ोन उठाया, आपको पता नहीं है अब मैं नहीं हूँ चेयरपर्सन आपकी, अब मैं फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर बन चुकी हूँ, इतने काम होते हैं, आप मुझे बुला रहे हैं इन फंक्शंस पे. तो मैंने कहा मैडम मेरी तो खैर है, ख़वातीन बहुत सारी उन्होंने रिक्वेस्ट की है कि वो अगर आप आ सकें, उनका भी ये लास्ट चांस है किसी खातून फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर से मिलने का. अच्छा ये बात है, तो वी वर डूइंग इट एट मुनाल। वो आई और उनकी शी हैड ए प्रॉब्लम इन हर लेग, नी में कोई इंजरी थी या कुछ था, तो शी फाउंड इट डिफिकल्ट टू कम अप द स्टेयर्स, बट वो आई, उन्होंने पूरा टाइम स्पेंड किया, एंड पीपल स्टिल रिमेंबर दैट शी इंगेज विद पीपल इंडिविजुअली, उनसे किसी से बात करते रही, किसी को कहते नहीं तुम पढ़ने के लिए जाओ, वक्त ज़ाया कर रही हो, ये है वो है। So what I would say is that, coming from a person of that level, people found it extremely inspirational, and not many people make that kind of an effort. One of the girls at Karandas commented when she died that, she became the governor State Bank, she became the finance minister of Pakistan, she was the director general of ADB, vice president of the World Bank, executive secretary at UNESCAP, without any privileged background. If one of Pakistani men becomes or rises to one of these positions, it is considered a successful and accomplished career. And she did all of that in one life. So that's quite remarkable and inspirational for not only Pakistani women but also Pakistani men too. Very last thing I would just like to say, I think at a very personal level, उनकी बहन ने भी जिक्र किया, हम लोग नोट करते थे, शी वॉज ए रियली ए वेरी डोटिंग डॉटर। हर वक्त उनको ये फिक्र रहती थी कि उनके पेरेंट्स की तबीयत कैसी है, दवाई कैसी है, ऑक्सीजन है नहीं है, एंड शी वुड एंगेज, एंड उनको बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट डिटेल्स का पता होता था। सो द वैल्यूज शी हैड डिस्पाइट हर बिजी शेड्यूल, आई थिंक दोज आर इंस्ट्रक्टिव फॉर मैनी ऑफ अस हु आर हियर। I think she had lots of life energy left in her, and it was a shock for all of us that she left us so early. So मुझे बस वो साकिब लखनी का एक शेर है वो याद आता है that ज़माना तो सुन रहा था बड़े शौक से, हम ही सो गए दास्तां कहते कहते। Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Waqas Al Hassan. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Shamshad Akhtar was the first lady governor of the State Bank of Pakistan. But that was not the only first for her. She also played different roles as the first. Another one is as the chairperson of the Pakistan Stock Exchange. So we have with us today Mr. Farooq Sabzwari, who is the CEO of Pakistan Stock Exchange. I will request him to share his thoughts about her.
Governor Sahab, Assalamu alaikum. Ex-governors, senior management of the State Bank, banking fraternity in the room, बहुत शुक्रिया आपने मुझे दावत दी. Again, I fully agree with Waqas Sahab. What I will say today, straight from the heart. मेरी मुलाकात सबसे पहले हुई जब मैं KSB Securities का CEO था, and that was a joint venture with Merrill Lynch. So 2006 और 7 markets in Pakistan were buoyant, they were doing extremely well. So थोड़ी interaction रहती थी with her as governor, which I thought was so because हमारी एक फिर meeting हुई after the markets collapsed in 2008, and at that round table, I think some senior brokers will remember that round table, because I think I mentioned something about lack of liquidity and the capital markets suffering in the very first few minutes of that meeting when I was asked to present the case. And she took me to the cleaners. That interaction, because she scolded me, she said, this is not the forum, the capital markets we know are suffering, but please, koi aur baat kare. At the end of that session, she did come around and she said, baat aapne bahut achhi ki hai, but forum galat hai. So that was my first interaction with Dr. Shamshad. फिर उसके बाद I went to Singapore, वापस आया तो जब SECP में था तो उनसे थोड़ी regular हो गई बातचीत, because she was also part of the task force on insurance. So as chairman, whenever I'd come to Karachi, I would look on her and I'd visit her at home. I've been there a couple of times, and then otherwise outside as well. But every time she would be a breath of fresh air in terms of a thought process, what she would say in terms of guidance for the SECP on things like insurance. उसके बाद मुलाकात हुई when I came back, so when I had become CDC chair, so because she was chairman of or chairperson of the Pakistan Stock Exchange, so we'd meet regularly on capital markets, what's needed, number of accounts, investor count, all of that. So I keep telling people what you've lost is not only the first female governor, first for us female finance minister, and first chairperson of the exchange, but somebody who was really a champion of women empowerment. तो मैंने जब उनको बताया कि जी मैंने आपका जो चाइल्ड केयर फैसिलिटी थी PSX में वो अप एंड रनिंग कर दी है, the excitement and the look on her face I can never forget. फिर वो गई, उसकी इनॉग्रेशन की, हमने उनसे रिबन कटिंग कराई, and this was probably August last year. And the way she interacted with the children that were in that room, I think there are very few people who will realize that there was a very nice human touch to Dr. Shamshad. And I've traveled with her extensively as well. So we went to China. And there are a couple of events I thought, just shows part of her personality. बहुत meticulous, अभी जैसे उस्मा ने भी mention किया, हम जो भी speeches उनको लिख के भेजें, because as chairperson PSX, we have too many events really, gongs and whatnot. So as chair, you are a very busy chair. And जो speeches हम लिख के भेजें शाम को, सुबह जो present वो करें, it would be completely different. So it would borrow whatever we'd written, but she would, what should I say, finesse it herself. Whether she did it very late in the night, I don't know, but clearly we sent it at 10, and she was there in the morning, 9 o'clock presenting. Something was very different and really very well prepared. So that was her as well. Very meticulous. And why I repeat that is, हम पहुंचे China. And बड़ी ज़रूरी ये meeting थी. I just joined as MD, and she was a little concerned. I think she needed some help. And she said, मुझे सामान के साथ थोड़ा सा help चाहिए होती है. मैंने कहा फिक्र ना करें, मैं हूँ, not to worry. But मैंने जब सामान उठाया तो मैंने कहा मैडम इसमें क्या है? हम तो 4 दिन के लिए जा रहे हैं. तो ये इसमें तो ऐसा लगता है gold bars हैं. This is really heavy. So she said, I think मेरे staff ने जूते ज़्यादा रख दिए हैं इसमें. So I was like, okay, ठीक है. मैंने कहा वो बैग आप निकाल के मुझे दे दें. मैं अपने सामान के साथ रख लूँगा, because I'm carrying very light, so not to worry. 2 दिन गुजर गए, तीसरे दिन she knocks on my door. We're back from a meeting, by the way, and she's wearing a brown suit जिसकी सबने तारीफ की. तो उन्होंने कहा मेरे अब्बा को ही मिला था ये कपड़ा और मैंने ये ले लिया है और मैंने अपना सूट सिलवा लिया. And she wanted a particular pair of shoes that she wanted to wear with that suit. अब वो जूते उन्होंने मुझे दे दिए जो स्पेयर उनको लगते थे, but she still wanted that brown वाला जूता. तो मैंने कहा मैं काम करता हूँ, मैं वो जूतों में पैकेट दोबारा आपके यहाँ ले आता हूँ, and then you can. कहती no, I'll come to you and I will just pick them up from there. And so she came to my room, she picked up her, कोई 15 pairs होंगे वैसे मैडम by the way, और उनमें से उन्होंने अपने brown shoes निकाले which were matching with that suit, and she walked away. Also, I think very few people realize she had a brilliant sense of humor. अब क्योंकि मैंने बड़ा travel किया उनके साथ, अभी हम नवंबर में KL भी गए थे, and a very befitting, if I have to insist, response from the women folk in the room when she presented her case and she talked about her history, her education, her career. I think there was clearly a lot of enlightened women in the room. So मैं आपको ये ज़रूर कहूँगा to the family in the room, वो बहुत खुश वापस आई थी from KL. That I have to admit, because there's so many females who surrounded her after her speech and wanted a selfie with her, etc. So I think very befitting welcome that she was given by UN Women and by the fraternity that was present. ये एक बात I think वकास साहब already कर चुके हैं, a brilliant daughter. तो मैंने ये सुना है, मुझे खुद कहती थी कि मैंने कैमरा लगाया हुआ था जब मैं फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री में थी और वहाँ से आई वॉज कीप वॉचिंग माई मदर. कुछ लोग बताते हैं वो कभी कभार डांस करके भी दिखा देती थी अपनी अम्मा को, knowing very well that her mother was not even recognizing her. तो मैं उनको हमेशा कहता था देखें जितनी आपको इज़्ज़त शोहरत अल्लाह ने दी है ये आपने जो अपने माँ और बाप का ख्याल किया है ना, दैट इज़ इट. यू डोंट नीड टू डू एनीथिंग एल्स. So Allah उनको जन्नत नसीब करे. But as I said, when you travel with people, you get to know a lot about her. So I was one of the few people who clearly saw her up and close. Very fit woman as well. तो हम China में तकरीबन flight miss कर गई थी. And I think we had 5 minutes to go to the gate. I run regularly, so I thought I should not have a problem. But I kept looking back, and she was sprinting. So, and then in KL, we went for a walk after the event. She said, आप चलते हैं मेरे साथ? मैंने कहा बिल्कुल चलता हूँ, but मैं तो भागता हूँ. कहती है, I'm a brisk walker, तो आप brisk कर लें. So there was a bit of a climb up as well. And I thought, ये यहाँ तो give up कर जाएंगी. But नहीं. So Allah उनको जन्नत नसीब करे. We clearly miss her at the PSX. हमने एक auditorium अपना जो है वो उनके नाम किया है. But it's a very small gesture really for the contribution she's made to the capital markets and to PSX. Thank you again for inviting me to speak here.
Thank you, Farooq Saab, for sharing the Dr. Shamshad as a woman. I think we can all relate 15 shoes for 4 days. We all understand that. So, Pakistan Banks Association is the premier association of our regulated entities, the banks. And they have very frequent interactions with the governors of the State Bank. So now I would like to invite Mr. Aftab Manzoor, who was the chairperson of PBA during her tenure, to share his thoughts.
Honorable Governor, Honorable past governors, Madam Nashama, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. The first time I met Dr. Shamshad Akhtar was in 1976 when she was studying for a master's in economics at Quaid-e-Azam University, and I was pursuing my MBA degree. The next time I met her, she was Governor State Bank of Pakistan. I was chairman PBA for briefly in her tenure, and I had the opportunity of working very closely with her. As the governor, she was very focused on the key economic and banking sector issues. She was a tough taskmaster, as Madam Lubna has already mentioned, and gave us challenging timelines which she followed herself personally. She encouraged the commercial banks to introduce new, innovative, and user-friendly products and services for their customers. The basic banking account, BBA, was introduced during her tenure. This account was designed to provide low-income individuals banking services without minimum balance requirements and minimal account maintenance fees. The initial work to introduce digital banking was also initiated during her time. During her tenure as governor, another significant achievement was the revision and updation of the various sections of the BCO, Banking Companies Ordinance. The State Bank had provided PBA with a draft of the revised BCO and tasked us to obtain industry feedback and comments. A task force was set up in the PBA, and views were invited from all the industry stakeholders. These were then discussed in the various PBA committees and with legal counsel. Several meetings were held with the State Bank, and the important and contentious issues were debated at length, and the required amendments were suggested. We were working under a challenging timeline as usual, and the governor herself attended some crucial meetings to help in finalizing the recommendations, keeping in view the industry recommendations. As already mentioned, in 2007, she was recognized as Asia's best central bank governor. With the passing away, we have lost a world-class economist. It is indeed a great loss for the country. May her soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Manzoor Sahab. We have another representation from the Pakistan Banks Association. I would like to request Mr. Munir Kamal, who is the CEO of PBA.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I think in 2006, she was in Singapore and we planned to have a meeting with her of Merrill Lynch people. And I flew and joined young Sufyan Zubairi, who is now, mashallah, president and joint head of the markets for Bank of America. He was giving her presentation. So when the slide came on the banking sector spreads, so he was comparing about 10 to 12 different countries. And most of them were 2.5%, 3%, maximum 3.5%, and suddenly almost 8%. And that was Pakistan. And she looked at me and she said, "Ye dekho, ye tum log, tumhe samajh nahi aa rahi, aur iska kuch karna padega." And this is what I was saying, the clarity of, somebody mentioned the clarity of mind and ability to implement what she wanted to implement. I think within a few months, minimum deposit rate was applied on Pakistan banking industry, which still is in existence. So she was very clear, and she wanted to give benefit to the, of course, the banking sector's customers. A lot has been said about being a woman, and I think Dr. Saab can vouch this. When she was appointed, apparently General Musharraf called her when she was in Manila and she said, "I wanted Ishrat to continue for another term." He refused but has strongly recommended your name, and that's why I'm asking you to please join us here. So she came at that point in time when she took over on 2nd January 2006. She was obviously the first female head of the Central Bank of Pakistan, but there were only 2 female heads of central bank across the planet. So that's the kind of male-dominated institution she had broken into. And why did she do that? And how did she do that? Through sheer hard work, superior intellect, and fearless leadership. And we saw that fearless leadership on many occasions, including 2008 crisis. And certainly, her last big job for Pakistan was the finance minister when she was interim finance minister. And she navigated during very, very tough situation Pakistan faced. And it is without any doubt that she laid the foundations for subsequent, which we are now going through the IMF program. She did all the tough job was already done, and she did that. And as far as a female is concerned, वकास साहब ने शेर सुनाया तो मैं भी आपको शेर सुनाता हूँ. कैफी आज़मी साहब ने को 60-65 साल पहले एक नज़म लिखी थी औरत, in which he is urging the females to stand up and walk shoulder to shoulder with men. उसमें वो कहते हैं कि कदर अब तक तेरी तारीख़ ने जानी ही नहीं, तुझ में शोले भी है अश्क फिशानी ही नहीं, तू हकीकत है दिलचस्प कहानी ही नहीं, और तेरी अपनी तकदीर का उन्वान बदलना है तुझे, उठ मेरी जान मेरे साथ ही चलना है तुझे. साथ चलना? She left behind male competitors far behind her. And as I said, she is now a symbol for female folks in Pakistan, certainly, to emulate her. And she has given a lot of confidence to females. Lubna is one of them. There are, I'm sure, thousands of others who think if she can make it, and she made it big, we can also make it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Munir Kamal Sahab. So now we turn to the State Bank of Pakistan. So no words can fathom the respect and honor as State Bank and the industry at large have for Dr. Ishrat Hussain Sahab. Now I would request Dr. Sahab for a few words to pay tribute to the memory of Dr. Akhtar.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, let me commend the governor and the senior management of State Bank for providing this befitting tribute to a person who has really done a remarkable job in the service of the State Bank. And this is something we never do that. We don't recognize the people who have built those institutions with which they have been associated. So I want to thank you, Jamil, and your colleagues for organizing this. A lot of people ask me from time to time as to why I was so much strongly in favor of Shamshad as my successor. And let me tell you, after President Musharraf gave me the farewell dinner, he asked Shaukat Aziz, myself, and Hamid Javed, who was his chief, to retire to his anteroom where he was smoking cigar. And he said, we want to discuss the pros and cons of the two candidates who would be considered today to take over as the State Bank governor. She was not a friend of mine. I knew her, but I had no personal, affinity or relationship. We said we have to have a certain criteria. And we agreed on 7 criteria as to what the governor's job would entail and what attributes would be required. And my first recommendation was that the governor should be independent of the Ministry of Finance and not be even perceived to be a nominee of the Ministry of Finance, because I did struggle to assert the independence and autonomy of the central bank, and I want this legacy to be continued by my successors in order to make this a very strong institution. The other candidate was the sitting finance secretary, who was a friend of mine, and I have great respect for him, but he was a finance secretary, and the finance minister was very keen that he should be appointed as the governor. And then we went number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Out of 7, she scored 5 out of 7. And President Musharraf said, Shaukat, I'm sorry, I have to go with Ishrat, and we will go for Shamshad. I'll call her. Give me her contacts. So it was a very structured process through which she earned that. And I feel very vindicated that subsequently she proved herself to be quite capable of running this institution. She asserted the independence. She actually told the president in one case that it's difficult for her to oblige him. She will have to take this action because that is what the investigations have revealed. And the president really told me that he appreciated her courage and her independence. She was a workaholic, and she was disciplinarian, both for herself but also for her colleagues. And excellence was her motto, that whatever she does, she wants the best. I don't think there was any sort of positive feature because she was the female in appointing her the governor or appointing her the Pakistan Stock Exchange chairperson or Karan Das. It was her competence, it was her humility, it was her hard work which attracted the people who subsequently appointed. So it was not a bias that she got these jobs because she was a female. Not at all. She got it on her own merit and her competence. Although she has become a role model for the female professionals in Pakistan. And wherever I go, I find the people not even associated with the banking profession or the financial sector are actually looking up to her as the role model. We have very few role models, and that is what she has become. I feel this was a premature loss, but she fulfilled her obligations. She left her job because she wanted to be closer to her parents. And it is a coincidence that just a few weeks after her mother's death, she passed away. That is the fulfillment, I think, of her obligations. Sacrificing her brilliant career in order to be closer to the parents and to be helping them in this very difficult task. So Allah usko jannat nasib kare और हम सब उसके लिए दुआ करें. शुक्रिया.
Thank you very much, Shahzad. On completion of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar's tenure as Governor State Bank of Pakistan, Sayyid Salim Raza Saab joined as the 15th Governor of State Bank. Now I would like to request Salim Raza Saab to come on stage and share his thoughts.
Thank you. Honorable guests at the powerhouse from the State Bank, a sad time for us to be together. With Madam Shamshad Akhtar's passing away, the country marks the absence of one of its most public-spirited officials and among its hardest working. Her academic background and a depth of experience around broad aspects of economic and social development gained from working with the two largest multilateral banks in the world gave her an easy ability to add value to any responsibility charged to her in the national economic and social sphere. I succeeded Madam Shamshad Akhtar at the State Bank in January 2009, but I'd had the opportunity to work with her. While she was at the State Bank, she asked me to head a committee to create a new institution for Pakistan that she'd come across in Asia in her course of working for the Asian Development Bank, and that was an infrastructure finance bank which would operate in a PPP mode, public-private participation mode. So we set up a committee. We had industry experts, we had capital markets people, and it was after she'd left that we finalized the report. We presented it to the Asian Development Bank and the World Bank. We were looking for a lot of funding, and because this institution was vital and it was missing, and most Asian countries had it, we got excellent support. And the institution should have gone forward. Anyway, at some point, it faded away, it didn't happen. But it was an absolutely outstanding initiative and something the country badly needed. I also worked with her as a director on the board of Karandaz, and we've heard from Mr. Waqas al-Hassan of her contribution there. She was a very effective chairperson. She was a very confidence-building mentor to senior management and was indispensable in gaining support of government for new initiatives that Karandaz could undertake in its capacity as a development institution. And Waqas has mentioned an instance which is a sound example of what she was able to add. Now, her familiarity with development thinking and on how policy developed and was adopted in international financial forums, international development forums. This was helped greatly by her experience at the major global multilaterals, as well as at the UN, where she was at one point senior advisor to the UN Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon. All this experience gave her a unique ability to represent emerging markets and represent Pakistan effectively in diverse international forums, wherever she was asked to raise the issue or represent the issue. Besides this strong showing overseas, she was highly valued within Pakistan by government, economic, and corporate circles. After the State Bank, she served on the boards of several companies, including chairperson Karachi Stock Exchange, and she was chairperson of SSGC, Swiss Southern, for 3 terms. Now, with this background, she was a natural choice to serve as interim finance minister in 2023. And I came across some work that she'd commissioned while she was in this, which wasn't necessarily part of her job, but just a foundation stone she thought she'd leave behind for later building. She put together a team for an appraisal of all the PSEs, whatever number there is, 350, 268, I can't remember, but very large number, and put them in a spectrum of sustainability and in a sort of matrix of sustainability and but something based along that structure seems to be in operation now because we are embarked on a privatization process. However slowly it might progress, but this is the point about her, that she, in her career, wherever she went, she looked to add value, she looked to add dimensions, depth. She looked to take what she had and leave it enhanced in terms of substance, in terms of form. To leave it enhanced compared to the job she'd assumed. So she did build, she did add. Really, it's just not what she did, it's also the capacity she left, the enhanced capacity she left behind in the function she's performed. Well, she leaves behind an inspiring record of dedicated service, and her passing has been a significant loss to Pakistan in the scope of our public affairs. Now, Shukriya. I'm sorry, this is my homage to the seasonal virus, whatever it is that's floating around. 2 लोग शेर पढ़ चुके हैं तो मैंने सोचा मैं भी पढ़ दूं. उनका गुजरना एकदम से हुआ, शमशाद साहिबा का. 2 दिन पहले देखा था. She was jogging. I live quite close to her house, and I saw her, walking very briskly uphill towards the graveyard, then around on Badban, and couldn't imagine anyone fitter. और 2 दिन के बाद सुना ये, फिर वो कमर जलालवी का शेर याद आया, गालिबन कमर जलालवी का. दबा के खाक में सब चल दिए, गवाह के खाक में सब चल दिए, ना दुआ न सलाम। ये एक ही पल में क्या हो गया ज़माने को। थैंक यू।
Very much, Salim Riza Sahab. So we also have another Governor Yasin Anwar Sahab with us. So now I will request Yasin Sahab to come.
Governor Jamil, distinguished governors, colleagues of mine, distinguished guests of the State Bank, Noshaba. Thank you for asking me to say a few words. I would not be here today, nor with the State Bank, if it had not been for Dr. Shamshad. I first heard the name in October or so of 2005. I had dinner with Dr. Ishrat and his friend, colleague John Wall. You may remember that, Ishrat, in London when you were coming back from the IMF meetings. I did not know her. Little to be known that I would meet her the following year. I met her first in London. I was moderating a panel at the Institute of Directors, where she was one of the panelists and the CEO of Standard Chartered was the other one. She asked me, I'm not going to talk about the characteristics which have already been aptly said before. I'm going to give a personal note to my relationship and how I got to know her. And the kind of visionary skills that she had, how she persuaded me to join the State Bank. She said to me at that time in 2006, you seem to know a lot of Pakistanis in London. Give me a couple of names, I'm looking for a deputy governor. I came to Karachi and I gave her a letter with two names on it in August of 2006. She read it and she said, what about your name? Why aren't you in it? I said, well, I never thought about joining a public sector company. I come from the private sector in my entire career. And she turned around and brought out some papers, organizational charts and so forth, and said, let me share with you some documents which I've not gotten approval from the board yet. But she gave me a very compelling review of what she planned to do with the State Bank, restructure it and set it up in a corporate governance standards, which was right. I had seen a couple of those changes in my own private sector, and she was doing the right things. She mapped out a very clear-cut vision as to what she planned to do, which fit into what my own institutional background was at Merrill Lynch and Bank of America and JP Morgan Chase. So she asked me, I asked, how long do I need to come back to you on this? She said, I need about 2 months. I said, then you want to look for somebody else because I can't move my family or my work currently that I have. How much time would you need? I said, I think I would need 6 months. She paused and she said, we can work something out. Anyway, she asked me to get my resume done. I got it done and submitted it. And Shaukat Aziz called me for an interview on December 5, 2006. And he approved me on the spot. And I joined the State Bank, or I accepted it on January 10th of 2007 and joined a couple of months later. The point I'm trying to make is she gave me a very, very compelling argument and basis of what she planned to do with the institution. She left a very, very positive impression on how she wanted to institutionalize this bank, which she did. The couple of things that she wanted me to do when I came in as a deputy governor, first of all, I wanted to get in the operations area. And she said, look, I want you to do two or three things which are important for the future. One is to get RTGS approved. It was hung up at this PTA for a variety of reasons. So we got that approved, and a couple of people are still with the State Bank who went with me, Sohail Jawad being one of them. And that was the foundation that laid the stone for the financial inclusion strategy and digital banking. We got Easy Passage, JazzPass. You've all used these instruments. That was all part of the strategy that she had outlined, and Dr. Ishrat had also in earlier days. But this was the implementation process that takes time. And the other was to get the museum set up. Again, Dr. Ishrat, you know about that. So that was stuck up because of the Heritage Committee in Sindh. But we got that done also. And there are numerous other aspects to the institutionalizing the State Bank that was her hallmark. The hallmark of success is leadership, which has already been mentioned, about vision, communication, integrity. All these are testament to her vision that she had. So on a personal note, I have to say that she was very, very mature in her dealings with people. You know, maturity is, in my view, a person who can feel that her concerns for herself or others outweighs concerns for yourself. She was very, very personal. She looked after her mother and father very aptly, as was mentioned earlier. She was always concerned about that. So not only a human element, but also a professional element that she carried with her in an outstanding fashion. She's certainly left an indelible impression on all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yasin Sahab. So now we are lucky to have our most recent former governor, Dr. Raza Bakar, with us. Now I would like to invite Dr. Raza Bakar to share his thoughts.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम सबसे पहले तो मैं अफसोस करना चाहता हूँ for Dr. Shamshad Akhtar with her sister. I have not been in Karachi but will come to you personally as well. I want to thank Governor Sahab for the invitation and my regards to my predecessors as well as all my former colleagues who I'm seeing today also after some time. So Shamshad Akhtar Saiba, you know, she passed away very suddenly. And I was with her just a few days ago. And we were together at a panel. This was at the Pakistan Business Council event in Islamabad. And this was a session on the economy that was being moderated by जो Financial Times का यहाँ पे है, he is a resident correspondent. And Shamshad Sahiba was actually not in the panel. She was sitting in the audience. And then there were the panelists themselves and the moderator, अब मैं उसका नाम भूल रहा हूँ, Hamza Jalani said that, you know, I see Dr. Shamshad Akhtar in the audience. And I would like to request that she actually be part of the panel. And I thought to myself, you know, it's an incredible testament to a person that she was not on the agenda, but the moderator of the panel sees that there is a person who needs to be on it, and then she was invited to be on the panel. So, in her memory, I want to share with you 3 points with all of you today, and especially for her sister. पहला तो point ये है जी कि, you know, I feel proud that for part of my professional career, I held a seat that was once occupied by her. You know, there are many different positions one could have been in, but to me today, the fact that she was one of my predecessors, I take that as a big source of pride for myself today. I want to share that, especially with, you know, her family. दूसरी चीज़ मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा that State Bank of Pakistan, which I had the honor to work in, should be proud for having had a leader like Shamshad. You know, I had gotten to know her during my time, but I also knew her before. And she was very driven. And I don't need to say much. Many of you have worked with her, and you know all the reforms she did and the drive that she had. So the State Bank should be proud of having had the good fortune of a governor like that. And finally, for all the reasons that have been mentioned here, and again to her family, I will say that we as a country, Pakistan, should be proud that it produced a leader, an economist, and a woman like Dr. Shamshad Akhtar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zabakar. Now, I would like to request Honorable Governor, State Bank of Pakistan, Mr. Jameel Ahmed, for his thoughts.
Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. Family members of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar, Mr. and Mrs. Khalid Rahman Sahib. Our former governors, SBP team members, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon. We are gathered here today to pay our respects to the memory of an exceptional personality, Dr. Shamshad Akhtar. Her sad demise is a national level loss for Pakistan. The country has benefited a lot from her leadership and wisdom in various capacities during her career. On January 2, 2006, history was made when Dr. Shamshad Akhtar became the 14th governor of the State Bank of Pakistan and the first woman to lead the nation's central bank. Her appointment was historic, whereas her leadership proved transformative. She was an institution builder and carried on the reforms initiated by her predecessor, Dr. Ishrat Hussain, to further reshape Pakistan's financial architecture. She played a pivotal role in strengthening the State Bank of Pakistan and advancing sound monetary and financial sector policies. One of her contributions was providing strategic direction during the implementation of the State Bank of Pakistan's first strategic plan, 2005-2010, that modernized the central bank, strengthened regulatory capacity, enhanced risk surveillance, and aligned SBP with evolving international best practices. Dr. Shamshad Akhtar undertook organizational transformation and spearheaded the reorganization of the bank, strengthening various operational and governance aspects of the bank. Her tenure marked a decisive shift towards modern central banking infrastructure. The introduction of the real-time gross settlement system, which was completed in 2007, significantly upgraded the Pakistan's payment systems and reduced systemic risk, whereas the implementation of Basel II standards aligned the banking system with global benchmarks of resilience and stability. Dr. Akhtar recognized that a resilient and inclusive financial system required both innovation and access. She inaugurated the Electronic Credit Bureau to improve credit transparency and enable informed decisions for lending. She strengthened Islamic banking by establishing dedicated task forces with the objective to promote research and development and capacity building in Islamic banking and finance, making it a vital pillar of Pakistan's financial landscape. During Dr. Akhtar's tenure, the bank introduced new and enhanced designs for various banknote denominations, making them more secure, along with introduction of the first rupees 5,000 note in Pakistan's history. Further, during her tenure as governor, the regulatory guidelines on secured transactions, debt collection, and consumer protection was strengthened, while branchless banking regulations improved to provide access to financial services across the country. Widely regarded as one of Pakistan's most internationally experienced economic policy makers, she held senior leadership roles at the World Bank, Asian Development Bank, and the United Nations. When called for public duty, she undertook the assignment as the caretaker federal finance minister twice and managed the financial affairs of our nation during very testing times. Her extraordinary leadership earned global recognition, and she was named the Asia's Best Central Bank Governor, listed among Asia's top 10 women professionals, and later awarded the Nishan-e-Imtiaz by the Government of Pakistan in recognition of her meritorious services. On a personal note, I had the privilege of serving under her leadership during my tenure as Executive Director at the State Bank of Pakistan. Those of us who worked closely with her experienced firsthand her intellectual rigor, clarity of purpose, and commitment to excellence. She was a demanding boss, an appreciative mentor, and a source of encouragement to all of us. Before I close, I would also like to say that she was, I personally have traveled a lot with her and also worked a lot with her. And what I have seen is that she was very appreciative if you are able to produce a work of good quality, and was very critical if you are unable to do that. And I think during my interactions with her, she was always be commending and appreciating if you are able to come up to her expectations on the quality of work. And I have seen that not everybody is able to do that. And secondly, any one of us who want to learn how to pay respect and take care of our parents. I have seen it personally during my interaction with her that she has done a remarkable job. Maybe not many of us have been able to do that. And that was a quality, I think, because of the prayers of her parents, that she was able to achieve so many milestones in her career, which maybe not all of us were able to do. So on behalf of the State Bank of Pakistan, I extend our condolences to her family and colleagues. While we mourn and remember her, we take pride in our association to a personality dedicated to the national progress. May Allah Almighty grant her the highest place in Jannatul Firdaus and give patience to her family and loved one. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Governor Sahab. This brings us to the close of today's ceremony. जाते जाते हम इस दुआ के साथ इस प्रोग्राम का अख्ताम करना चाहेंगे कि अल्लाह ताला डॉक्टर शमशाद अख्तर की मग़फ़िरत फरमाए और उन्हें गरीक़ रहमत करे.